Yo, yo, yo. It's Isaac with special guest.
Hello there.
First person in chat gets to answer the question, how's the sound balance? Of course. Anytime we have multiple sound things coming on. But my last collab sounded fine, so maybe this will be good too. It's Isaac Anzu, VTuber, Chimera rapper occasionally. God, it's been a while since I put out any rapping. I feel like I've been working on rap for ever, and yet it's been months since I put anything out, and that's just how it goes.
At least you got a backlog, man. Like,
I have a monstrous backlog.
Yeah, I've seen the stuff that you put up on TikTok and whatnot. So you got some material out there. That in itself is impressive, I must say.
That's true. The next chunk is probably going to be ready sometime soon. You know how it goes.
Yes, I do know how it goes. I'm a master of starting projects and not finishing them.
So I'd like to have everyone welcome the current master of starting projects and not finishing them, the Zarkon.
What's happening, guys? People? I've come to invade your front row today.
Yeah, today we're playing Monster Prom, and it is Khan's first time playing one of my favorite games of all time. The world's first and possibly only competitive dating sim.
You're going to have to explain this to me again. You already explained it once, but I still have trouble understanding the concept of this game.
Yeah, I'll go through it as we go. The intro does a pretty good job of introducing the premise, though. Khan be reverbing? Is that right? Like echoing?
Testing.
We got two cons echoing off each other. What's the deal with that?
I have no idea. Do you let me know if it's something I can do on my end? Because it should just be OBS that they do my voice through. Maybe that doesn't need to be happening.
Give me just a second.
Did I say OBS? I'm going to say Discord. I'm muted in OBS.
Love this game too and can never get folks to play with me. Dang, Cytiel, listen, I know it's your first time chatting on this channel, but if you ever want to play this, this is my favorite, like, one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh, that's so cute. I love to see my friends get together.
Okay, it does kind of sound. Let me mute desktop audio. Oh. All right. Is Khan still echoey?
Testing.
Khan is now one Khan. Okay.
Right.
So
wonderful.
The problem is that okay. So
Damn it. Mags.
Wait, are you sure? I'm starting to hear some echoes too.
What? For me or what?
Yeah, now I'm hearing you echo. How is that happening?
So Satio is hearing one con. You're hearing two cons.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm just gonna.
Oh, geez.
Oh geez. Two cons. Okay. In addition to trying to fix audio problems, my cat is also telling me that he's covered his food again and he can't uncover it.
Oh, poor Blue.
He's so dumb. What's happening to your emote? I don't know, honestly.
That's that
Twitch,
nice little ET.
Twitch be dying. Twitter be dying.
Twitch is dying. Twitter's dying. Man, we're in trouble, Isaac. We're going to be out of job soon.
That's right. Nothing is nothing's working anymore. All right. I need you to find a copy pasta on the internet and just read it.
A copy pasta.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything in particular?
Oh,
Let's see
wait. All right. Talk now. Is there two cons?
Testing. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
One con? Okay. Thank goodness. I have found the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Where's this thing? Game audio a little loud. That is also useful information. Thank you. We're just gonna set this at -60. Beautiful. I found it. I fixed an audio issue.
What did you find?
So essentially what was happening was Video Ninja had an audio component.
Oh. Okay.
I can actually set it there. And then I can go back in here and, well, that's fine. Yeah. You might have just heard two cons again, but now it should be gone.
Are we good?
I believe.
Can y'all hear just one me?
I believe we are good.
Okay. Looks like we're good.
All right. And game volume is down.
Wonderful.
Wow. I love fixing audio issues on stream. I just love it so much. MC
Man.
Con arc is over. All right.
Damn, that sucks.
We're gonna do a full game of Monster Prom. And I would love it if you were the narrator. I'll play all the characters, but you can be the narrator.
Okay. All right, here we go. Spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were.
All right. Now, I always choose the twink as my character. So I'm going to do that.
Is there a particular reason for that? Or like, you
Because
just like his sweater vest?
I love the style. The sweater vest, the little dudes on the shoulder.
Yeah, I do like that.
He's just great. So the other characters, we have Frankenstein Girl, we have Zombie Boy, and we have Fire Girl.
I'm gonna pick Fire Girl. I want to be a bad bitch.
Legit. All right.
I'm excited.
Sweet.
I don't know what to expect. And we had yet to experience this ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 3 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 8 most charismatic classmates. Scott Howell, 21.
He's 21 in high school.
Yeah. A werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Miranda Vanderbilt, 19. A sweet mermaid princess who is as cute as she was genocidal. Well. Holly Geist, 22. A party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. Damien LeVay, 21. A fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Liam D. Linecourt, 4XX.
He's in his 400s.
Still in high school. A hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid the fact that he was truly a lovable dork. Zoe, forever? An eldritch cutie who went from endless deity of the dark realms to ultimate fangirl. That's cute. Oh, Calculester Hewlett-Packard version 1.0. A library computer to become a sentient robot ready to experience life to its fullest. He's gonna get deflowered. And Vera Oberlin, 23. A mean, self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business.
So I've turned off voices because there are a lot of voice lines in this game and they get in the way of narration. But in the original game, or in the original voice lines, Scott is voiced by Aaron Hansen of the Game Grumps, and Calculester is voiced by Jacksepticeye.
Bruh, why?
I guess if you can do it, you might as well.
I mean, I was not picturing like an Irish accent coming out of that robot, but it was clear. It had to be one of them, but who? We only had 3 weeks to choose our prom date. And even more daunting, we only had 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. As I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. I guess I narrate this too. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more. We're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. I like this game already.
It's
speaking my language.
The dialogue is just excellent.
Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, TM, will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character's stats. This way each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. I'd make a joke, but I probably shouldn't. Let's start.
All right. Be a visionary. What will the next big social media craze be? Bullshit. It's your regular social network, but each time someone shares news that isn't supported by real facts, they're taxed, and the money goes to the people exposed to that bullshit.
Man, I would be fucked.
Greek agoras, like literal Greek agoras reinstated in our cities. Places where philosophy and arts are discussed by the greater minds. That's social media I want to log into.
Ooh.
Arbert.
La-di-da.
From now on, a socially awkward guy named Robert will do everything he's commanded to do through the app by its users.
Yeah, it's gonna get nasty real quick.
As you can see, Twatch plays Robert up here.
That poor man. I feel his pain.
I'm gonna go with the Greek Agoras.
Very spicy. It's my turn now.
Yes. What shall you pick?
Bullshit to regular social network. Greek Agoras is like literal Greek Agoras. Or Arbert. I don't know, man. I'm tempted to just fuck with Robert. But I don't know. Bullshit would be like being the architect of my own downfall. But it wouldn't make for good content.
This choice doesn't matter too much, actually. Just so you know.
I'm gonna say fuck Robert. We're doing Arbert.
Arbert! If you could go back in time, what's the one thing you'd tell your younger self? I tell myself not to teach that robot how to fall in love. As romantic as it might have seemed at the time, it started the robot revolution of 2037, way worse than the much more positive robot sexual revolution of 2043. Why should we assume silly younger me needs advice? I've grown up to have a fucking time machine, so I must have done something right. Fuck younger me, we're going straight to Woodstock, baby. I'd advise myself not to buy a time machine. Worst investment ever. They turned out to be the blockbuster of 2032.
I feel like these go in sequence. There's a clear progression here.
I'm going to give myself investment advice.
Very smart. Very sound business model. Except not teach that. Well, that one I do like. I like that one quite a bit. It seems like a net positive altogether for society.
Legit. All right. What's the sexiest type of knowledge a lover can have? All the principles to build a financial empire, an accurate approximation of all fictional creatures' genitalia, a bachelor's in engineering, sports things, how to set stuff on fire, and obscure 80s movie trivia. I gotta go with that one.
I can see where you're going. I can see where you're trending with all these answers here. I'm going to say accurate approximation of all fictional creatures' genitalia because I do that pretty much anyway on Twitter.
Lovely. And what would be a deal breaker for a potential lover? The person lacks manners, the person is boring, the person lacks taste, the person is a coward, the person uses Internet Explorer, and the person hates the outdoors. For me, I think it would be manners.
That really confuses me. Like, why do you have me on your stream if you care about manners?
It's because I know you're a big sweetie on the inside.
Oh, you're not supposed to tell people that. That's our secret. All right, let's see. Manners, boring, lacks taste, coward. Damn, this was hard. There's like 3 options here I would normally pick. I would have to say probably boring. Person's boring. I can only fill in so much.
Excellent. All right.
Is that all of it?
That's the quiz. Okay.
Yay.
So I'm going to explain a little bit about how this game works.
Yes, please do.
So up here, well, let's see. So if I hover over this,
Yes.
we can see the stats, right?
Yes.
I have a lot of 4s, a 7 and 11. You've got some more diversity in your stats. So having diverse stats is good. You do want to raise certain stats because certain stats are required for getting the different characters. However,
Okay.
having a wide variety of stats is also really good. Up at the top, you can see the event timeline. There's going to be a bunch of events. And then there are 6 areas you can go to. They correspond to the different stats here. So the auditorium is where you go, I believe, for creativity. Class is where you go for smarts. The library is where you go for money. Outdoors is where you go for fun. The gym is where you go for charm. And the bathrooms are where you go for boldness.
I have a few questions about that, but I mean, I'll go with it.
Right. I'm going to go to the gym and get myself some charm.
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. Gain +2 charm. Well, all right, look at you. See Miranda and Vera chatting away, their eyes gleaming the gleam of the scheming. I like that.
Crowd Surfs isn't doing nearly as well as I thought it would. Oh, if it isn't Isaac. Would you like to be a customer? Once upon a time, surfs were only for the rich and fabulous, like Vera and myself. But now, thanks to our app, Crowd Surfs, you too can have your very own crowd-funded surf. The app is being generously funded by my royal family, who wish for everyone to experience the joys of royalty and get richer off of it. I think our business might be failing because the surfs are simply not of high enough quality to maintain customer interest. The surfs need to have more enthusiasm for their jobs. We need to recruit from the right locations. Don't be absurd. If there's one thing royalty has taught me, and there's definitely more than one, it's that you can trick anyone into doing anything as long as you give them the right incentives. But why not start with the easily manipulated in the first place? Isaac, what do you think? All right. So, it might look like this is a choice between Vera and Miranda, but really what this is that one of these answers corresponds to a particular stat, and the other answer corresponds to another stat. Vera's right, why not recruit people who want to be bossed around at a leather daddy convention? That might be boldness. It could be fun or creativity, but probably boldness. Miranda has a point. Everyone wants to win. Host an unpaid labor competition where the prize is doing more unpaid labor. That could be probably fun or charm. This is a tough one. So I'm guessing that this is boldness versus fun. And my boldness and fun stats are the same. So normally you want to pick the answer that corresponds to your higher stat. So for instance, well, your boldness and fun are the same too. That's weird. If my boldness was higher, I'd want to go for the bold answer, right?
Yes.
But you kind of have to interpret, like, what do you think this particular thing is? So I'm going to go for Vera's answer. Thank you for the lurk, Amy. Just because.
Hi, Amy.
Yes, I'm I'm going for Snake Dami Mommy, so let's try.
I mean, I would have chose that just for the Leather Daddy reference.
Apparently that was a smart answer. Okay, well, I'm glad I chose
I
it.
can see that.
Ooh, I like that quite a bit. Excuse me, but if there were conventions for daddies, I am quite sure that I would know about them. My father is one of the most powerful dads I know, so if he was not invited, just stop there, Miranda. Trust me. How does this sound? Free lifetime of submission, dirty talk guaranteed, dress code, come as you are.
Vera, with the help of a confused Miranda, goes to the next Leather Daddy convention in town. Next time you see Vera and Miranda, they seem much happier.
These serfs we recruited are so enthusiastic to serve. Almost inexplicably so. And as an unexpected fringe benefit, all the serfs keep trying to one-up each other's uniforms. So I created a line of latex and leather that's making almost as much as crowd surfs in the first place. It's a win-win-win situation. And don't worry, Isaac, I won't ask about how you know so much about the fetish community.
Yay, siding with Vera always makes her happy. And to show her appreciation, she gives you +2 money you earned, and you gain +1 smarts.
Yep, so because I chose the answer that corresponds to my higher stats, I get a stat bonus.
Oh, okay. See that.
All right. So now it's
What we're gonna do here.
now it's your turn. You can choose anywhere, but you can't go to the gym since I already went to the gym.
Let's go to the bathrooms.
All right, let's pump that boldness.
All right. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. Guess some people just want to watch the world burn. Got a feeling. Who's gonna be in here by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms? You have +0 shits, but you gain 2 boldness. Okay, so we get bonus for skipping class, alright? Meanwhile, Zoe seems to have trapped Polly in some sort of eldritch binding circle. It should be good.
Tell me! Girl, where is your chill? I already told you like a million times how I died. Yeah, but each time you told me something different. Tried to fuck a toaster, suffocated by a good booty, gun salad. I've heard them all. But what's the truth, Polly? Huh? It's none of your business. No, but it is my hobby, and hobbies matter, Polly. Plus the fans have a right to know. Fans have a right to leave me the hell alone. Secrets are sexy. If secrets are so sexy, then how come God invented the online encyclopedia trademark? What? You're a god. You know that's not true. Now let me out of this binding circle. I've got haunted math next period. Sure, I'll let you out if you tell me how you really died.
Polly gives you a pleading look. Zoe gives you an excited look. As usual, it's up to you to figure out who to help. Polly's right. Secrets are sexy, and I approve of my new espionage. What does that say?
Espionage AU.
AU.
Alternate universe.
Classified. Zoe deserves to know the truth. And if you tell it to her, Polly, I'll give you a huge bag of cocaine. Oh God. Well.
Polly is extremely the hottest.
I was leaning towards Polly, mostly because Zoe has a hoodie that has an emoji on it, and I just don't approve of that.
All right.
So I'm going to say Polly.
Okay. Polly's right.
Yeah, Polly's right. Indeed.
Uh-oh.
Wowza. You wrote the entire espionage AU.
So that was the creative answer, and you had lower creativity like your lowest stat. So
oh, okay, that's how it works. All right.
Yeah.
I see.
Wowza, you wrote an entire espionage AU? Can I see?
Of course you did. You have a fanfic for every occasion. You reach into your backpack and pull out.
This is not a fanfic. This is a piece of old beef with top secret written on it in cake frosting. Why do you have that in your backpack? Is that a sexy secret? It may be a secret, but it's about as sexy as a trucker cap full of split pea soup. Maybe you should write a fanfic about what the hell is wrong with Khan. Maybe I should.
Man.
Hey Khan, what's wrong with you? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Well, you got heart points with Polly, but...
Try to ruin. Zoe's already trapped you in a binding circle. Miss your next class and lose 2 smarts and 1 fun. Well, I like where this is going so far.
So, in order to get with a character at prom, you need hearts with them. Hearts is a hidden stat that you have with each character. You chose in favor of Polly, so you did get a heart there. But you also need certain stats that character finds attractive. And
Okay.
it is kind of I would say the worst part of this game's design is that the game doesn't tell you what stats characters find attractive. However, I will tell you that it kind of makes sense, right? Polly's not after someone who is smart.
Yeah.
Per se.
I kind of gleaned that a little bit. And I kind of had a feeling when I picked that first option because I saw the alternate universe thing. I was like, wait a minute. I know Zoe likes stuff like that. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I'm guessing it's a balancing act, this whole game.
It is, and this is why I love it so much. It's a visual novel dating sim sort of thing, but it's like actually challenging and a little bit competitive and all this sort of stuff. It's good. It's good.
Okay, you had my curiosity and now you have my attention.
Well, let's just keep going and keep playing more scenes because it goes hard. All right. Everybody chooses an object. Say your choice out loud to the rest of the players before clicking. Okay. What's your object, Khan?
My object.
Yep, just pick a random object. I'm going to say a Little Caesars extra bacon pizza.
Man, that's really specific. I was just going to say pencil. That's the first thing that came to my
Okay.
head. Pause.
Genies used to be found in lamps. Player orders decided based on how likely it would be to find a 21st century genie inside the selected object. Start debating now.
So, thoughts on the pizza?
I think it would be hilarious, but not very likely.
I mean, well, let's think about this here. Are we talking about the pizza as if it's like, does it come in the box?
I'm picturing it's just like one pizza in a sea of Little Caesars extra bacon pizzas that happens to have a genie in it. Like, that would be hilarious and probably the plot of a 90s movie about a kid who gets his wishes granted. But it would not be very likely, right? Because there's so many bacon pizzas out there, right?
Well, see, maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what do genies want to get out of the lamp? I assume they do, right? Or do they want to stay hidden? Because this pizza could make for good camouflage in a sea of other pizzas that are identical.
True. Although I'd say it's more like thematic and cool for a genie to be in a writing utensil.
I mean, yeah, you're right. But does this pizza come in a box? Because that's where I was going. Like, you open the box and then the genie comes out. Whereas if you can't open a pencil, I mean, I guess it could come out when you write on it, but it's not the same formula as like rubbing a lamp and it comes out of the lamp.
That's fair. Okay. I accept this. My object was more container-like.
Yeah, it's got to contain all the genie magic.
That's true. All right. So this is lunch, and lunch is great because it's basically just a place to earn hearts pretty easily. You don't have to worry about your stats too much. You will also notice that there's this middle table with the cool cat girl. That is.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, that is the shop, and there are you generally don't need to go to the shop. However, there are things in the shop that are useful, such as items that just trade money for +5 in any other stat.
Okay.
So
it's good to keep in mind.
Yeah, good to keep in mind. So if you end up with like, you have a little bit of money, but if you end up with some extra money and you're like, oh my gosh, Polly loves fun people and I'm not very fun at all, you can go to the shop and get a fun thing.
All right.
But the shops will the shops will also be available during class, so you don't have to do it during lunch. You really should be earning hearts during lunch.
Okay. And there's a lot of layers to this. I was not expecting such complexity.
Yeah. The other thing that the shop has is there are certain plot lines that you can randomly unlock that require items from the shop. So if somebody starts mentioning how they need a specific object, then you should spend one of your turns going to the shop and trying to buy it, right?
Okay.
Me, I'm going to go sit at the table with Zoe and Vera.
You arrive at Zoe and Vera's table, excited to...
We're not doing anything suspicious. Zoe, and we definitely don't have a fellow student in a cage under this table. You have a fellow student in a cage under the... It's useless, Vera. Isaac is too perceptive. We've got to come clean. Yes, the problem is clearly that Isaac is too perceptive. But I suppose we have no choice. Look under the table.
Zoe and Vera do indeed seem to have a caged fairy under the table. She's filthy, miserable, and covered in glitter. Fairies cry glitter.
We took her as a prisoner during the last food war, you know, for leverage. I didn't think anything of it at the time, because taking and tormenting prisoners is just a thing you do as an elder god. But that was 3 days ago, and she's starting to smell. We've got to figure out something else to do with her. We could let her go? No. I fail to see how that profits me. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, what should we do then? All right. So in the lunchroom choices, you're basically just going with the person's personality. So we've got the prisoner's probably stinky because she's lonely. Get her a companion to keep her company. That seems like something that Zoe would enjoy. Use vicious psychological manipulation to turn her into a sleeper agent, of course. That seems like something Vera would enjoy. Of course, I can't believe I didn't think of that. In fact, I did. My lawyers will fight you if you disagree. But a sleeper agent for what? The food war ended 3 days ago. Oh, honey, not that kind of sleeper agent. I mean an agent who pretends to be a damsel cursed to sleep for 100 years. And then when a prince kisses her to wake her up, she kills him and takes all his money. It's one of my primary sources of income. Thirsty princes always carry cash. That doesn't seem very fair. All's fair in love and war, Zoe. Also, who gives a shit? They're kissing sleeping women. Those princes are already decided to make a move to a town far, far from fairness.
Vera said the word love in your presence. This is taking your relationship to a whole new level.
All right. Hearts for Vera with me.
Well, I'm not gonna sit at the nerd table. I don't know. I don't know if I like Mermaid Lady or not. I guess I'll go with damn. It's probably in the other guy who I don't trust because he has an anime grin.
There are quite a lot of anime references in this in this game.
Listen, Cod, you can totally sit with us. I just hope you didn't bring a gun to a bazooka fight.
Yeah, we're showing off our best flasks. Well, not the best flask exactly, but the best contents.
Good God. Are literal actual flasks of alcohol openly allowed in the school cafeteria? Are there no rules? Apparently not, because Potter starts setting a series of flasks down on the table. God damn, alright.
Okay, so this is my beer, my WC wine, whiskey, ethyl alcohol, the soul of an infant.
Ah, weak. This is radioactive absinthe. This is fire. And this is literal poor life choices.
Okay, but this one has another smaller flask inside. It is the ultimate flask.
They could probably go on like this for goddamn ever. Maybe you can cut in with the craziest thing of all. Oh boy. But think carefully about whom you want to impress with your flask contents. Oh God. Get ready for the most hardcore badass thing. This flask contains an ancient genie that grants you 3 wishes. I'm totally drinking it because I don't give a fuck. I grant my own damn wishes. Want to get a dope party started? This flask has ultra whiskey. But you can only get when you get 2 bottles of the best, purest whiskey and make them mate. God damn, both of these are good.
So obviously you want to go with the choice that supports the personality of the person you're interested in.
Damn. See, like, I have an animalistic urge to pick the one that just makes me laugh the most, but that's probably not going to get me anywhere in this game.
This is yeah. This is actual like dating sim with consequences.
Aim it, man. I hate reaping the consequences of my actions. I guess I'll take the second one.
Heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah, let's rage! I've always wanted to make ultra whiskey, but I could not get my whiskey bottles to fuck. I tried everything. Mood lighting, sultry music, chainsaws, you know, all that cliche romantic stuff. But it seemed nigh impossible to get them to make sweet whiskey love. I almost started to think inanimate objects can't have sex. But I've had tons of sex with inanimate objects, so that was just silly. If you can make whiskey X whiskey turn into ultra whiskey, we should definitely apply that principle all over the damn place. 2 cars make a limousine, an orgy of Y-phones to become the Y-phone XXX, the most advanced update possible, duh. A microwave and a Russian novel to get a pair of designer shoes. Can't wait to create doper stuff than the world can even handle, probably.
Well, the world probably doesn't need to worry about handling it, because there's no way you can pull that insanity off. But yay for plans with Polly. I love it. I love lying in order to get further in relationships.
Alright.
Player order is decided based on how early you would die during a zombie apocalypse. Start debating now. Well,
Pretty sure I would die before you.
I was going to say, you know, I live in America, and there's like, what, 4 or 5 guns per person in this country?
Yeah, you just like trip over them.
Yeah, they're just laying in the street. You pick them like flowers. So I would just say, just going off of that fact,
access to zombie fighting infrastructure, for sure.
I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm fucking up. Maybe you have better hardware where you live.
Not personally, no.
I would have pictured you to at least have a medieval halberd laying around the house.
That's true. All those old Germanic tribal weapons are as whatever you call it, relevant, numerous,
Prolific
prolific as guns in America. Just go to my nearest medieval times.
It does sound a lot cooler though, trying to fight zombies with a halberd instead of just using boring old guns.
That could be cool. All right. So
Next.
I know from playing this game before that Vera likes smarts, charm, and money.
Yes.
But as you can see, the gym is currently occupied by the shop. So if I tried to go there, I would just go to the shop and not actually to the gym. So I'm going to go to the library instead.
Oh, that day you spent some time on the library's PCs, managing your start kicker. Deceived lots of people with a sensationalist video and impossible promises. Nice. Oh my god. You gain plus 100,000 money, but almost everything goes to cover costs, and you keep only plus 2 money. I really like Uber Benito Bros.
Yeah.
Afterwards, discover you've been poisoned, and only Vera has the antidote. She does this all the time. It's how she invites you to hang out. God.
There you are. Thank you so much for coming. I'm embarking on a new criminal enterprise, and I need a consigliere. The idea is simple yet brilliant. Think Uber, but for killing people. I call it murder. But it turns out that the market is flooded with assassination apps and blood. I need a way to get ahead of the pack. And since you're such a good advisor... Ooh. So... differentiate yourself by being the only service that offers free-range organic murders. Viral marketing. Literally, tailor a highly contagious virus to make people love murder. So this seems like it is probably boldness. And I have low boldness. So I'm going to go with this one. Probably smarts. Nope. Oh, shoot. That was creative.
Damn, I wouldn't have guessed that.
This happens. Did you just say free?
You tried to explain it. You said free range, not free.
You said it again, twice. Don't you know I'm allergic to free? If it's free, how will I make money? Oh God, I think I'm going into anaphylactic shock. Somebody inject me with a syringe full of liquid gold.
You hurry to obey, but are beaten to the punch by Trevor, the cock-blocking Puma. Bummer. Vera never gives you the antidote to that poison you drank, so you lose -2 charm and -1 fun.
Shoot, I really need to work on my charm. But you also notice that I did get the money either way. So
Yes.
in general, your stats will slowly go up based on the ones you chose, but your other stats will go down if you fail and go up if you don't.
Okay, so what do I need here? So you said, I'm guessing the auditorium is that charm?
The auditorium is
Or creativity?
I think it's creativity.
Outdoors. That's really vague.
Outdoors
it's a party tree.
Yeah, I believe that's fun.
Yeah, that's definitely fun. Well, we already went to the bathroom. That's no good. Class, I'm guessing that's smarts.
Yep.
Library is taken. Well, I would just go outdoors.
Yes.
I feel like we're gonna need fun at some point. That day during recess, you start a half-hour raid that goes full crazy. Have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. Ayy. Game +2 fun. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. Sound like some parties I went to back in the day. You notice Polly and Scott on the lawn doing something. Uh-oh. Might want to have to whoop somebody's ass. Polly is chewing determinedly on a hula hoop while Scott slowly covers himself in sunglasses. Despite your better judgment, you ask what they're doing.
Yoga, bro. What does it look like?
Liam said we should practice some yoga in order to cleanse our bodies of all the drugs and sports. And I was like, sure, I'll try anything once. So here we are, doing yoga.
It seemed like a lot of work to look up yoga on the internet. So instead we just made an educated guess based on, actually nothing. Oh man, what if we're doing it wrong?
Yeah, like, do you know anything about yoga? Do you have any tips for how to do yoga the best?
Focus on deep, mindful breathing. You need yoga pants. Well, I'm going to go with God's greatest creation on this planet, yoga pants.
So charming. Yoga pants? Are those pants that do yoga? Or pants made out of yoga?
Neither, silly. Man, I can't believe I didn't think of yoga pants before. He means YOGA pants, as in yielding organic gun armor pants. They're what battle mechs wear when they want to breathe down there.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Of course you would want your gun armor to be breathable and organic if you were doing yoga.
Polly just happens to have 2 pairs of yoga pants in her locker. She and Scott lay waste to the countryside and get super limber in the process. You gain +2 creativity and +1 fun. Ayy. I told you, man, you can't go wrong with yoga pants in any context.
That weekend, something happened to Isaac.
What's it gonna be? You're engaging in your favorite weekend activity, ignoring everything in favor of thinking about which classmate you'd like to take to prom and how horny you are. When you find out that this is apparently reading on your face. Oh God.
Hey, Isaac, you seem pretty horny and like someone who sits around all day thinking about who you're going to take to prom.
Wow, she have your number or what?
Listen, I'm kind of interested in someone, but honestly, I don't think I could be with any monster who isn't spectacular at sex. I know sex isn't everything, but it's sort of everything to me. Not really, but it's pretty high on my list of priorities. Sorry if this is TMI, titillating monster interaction. But it's someone you know, so I thought you might have some insight. It's Khan. I just love sex. Any position. Missionary, clergy, apocalyptic, upside down nightmare demon, the pentagram. What do you think?
My
Could
God.
Khan keep up with me? So, yeah, this is also a part of the game.
You can sabotage people.
You can. Now, we are going for different characters, so there's really no point in me sabotaging you. But
Let me have it.
this is up to 4-person competitive dating sim, so it is like entirely plausible that more than one person could be going for a particular partner, and the sabotage mechanic is just great.
It is. I kind of really like it.
Yeah. All right, let's read these. I can only say this. He is the discoverer of the orgasm. Actually, the whole thing is named after him. Haven't you ever noticed that orgasm is an anagram of Khan?
Man.
Are you kidding me? Once I asked him what he thought sex was about, don't ask me why, and he told me that it was the natural process for most living beings to conceive children. He has no idea.
Man. I both of these are ridiculous, and I love both of them.
I'm gonna boost you, brother.
Hey, look at you. You're obeying the bro code.
Khan? Orgasm? OMG, you're totally right. I never even noticed that before. Like, actually, it still makes no sense to me, and I'm going to assume that's because I'm high, and it's super legit on the level. You seem to know your letters and words. I'm sure it'll make sense once I sober up. Khan invented the orgasm, eh? I am a fan going straight to the source. I only buy opium from the dude who first discovered it. Being dead rocks.
It sure does it? Man, poor thing is Khan, aka Orgasm, totally owes you one. Not one orgasm, just a journal one. You know what I mean? Oh, and you gain +3 fun. Look at that. Spreading the fun around, man.
Yeah. All right.
Distributing it to the masses. Everybody chooses an occupation. Say your choice out loud to the rest of the players before clicking. Horse milker.
I was going to go for the shit diver job that was on like Mike Rowe.
I'm glad we're both like completely degenerate in our occupations. Player order is decided based on how weird it would be to see a slutty costume based on the selected occupation. Start debating now. Well.
Well.
Thoughts?
No.
Thoughts?
No.
Well, I have a few thoughts.
All right, let's hear them.
Shit diver could mean a variety of different things. I'm picturing either like an arm-length glove, maybe like a doctor that's giving a prostate exam, or I'm picturing like
Sexy
just a
hazmat.
massive.
Sexy hazmat suit.
I mean, yeah, you could do that. I'm not sure how that would work. I mean, that's like latex bondage gear at that point.
Actually, not that weird.
Yeah, it's not that weird actually. Other than that, I was just gonna say like a massive strap-on dick.
Well, you know, horse milker would be a bit weirder.
That's a little too on the nose, I feel like.
All right. Week 2, morning. So
Oh,
the auditorium is where the shop is.
damn.
But other than that, the first choice is yours.
Let's see. So we got, I have like a pretty even spread of everything so far.
Mm-hmm. You definitely want to focus down on stats that you think Polly would like.
Oh, fun's definitely one of them. I think creativity is another one. Is it like three tag stats per person?
It actually is variable. So Vera has the most stats. She has 3 stats. Most people have 2 stats that they're interested in.
Okay. So yeah, if I were to choose, it would probably be fun and creativity. That's what I'm getting out of all this anyway. So creativity. That's auditorium, ain't it? Shit.
You can also,
well, I guess
you can also just increase your fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say we probably have to do fun again. Let's do fun.
Yeah, having at least double digits in the relevant stats is the important thing.
Yes, we want fun then. Go outdoors.
Outdoors we go.
God, here we go again. Day during recess, you start a half-hour rape that goes full crazy. Talking to Juan, the small magical Latino cat, he tells you that you won't ever be as fun as Bob the scary clown. Fuck you, Juan. Accept the challenge. Go straight to Bob, stab him several times, open his bleeding chest, and eat some of his guts in order to consume his fun. I like that. Really? Do you think that's how this works? Well, it is. You gain +2 fun from poor Bob. Yeah, fuck Bob. I'm saying that a lot. I said fuck Robert earlier. Now I'm saying fuck Bob. I apologize for your names, Robert.
Robert and Bob.
Across the way, you see Polly flailing around wildly. It's a possibility that's some kind of strange new dance move. but the intensity in her eyes makes you feel like this is something you should investigate.
Ah, yes, it would seem our dear Paulina has once again been indulging in super shrooms. They're like regular shrooms, but super.
You hear a blood-curdling shriek and see a series of bright flashes. Polly drops her phone to the ground and crumples in horror. You and Liam go over and help her to her feet.
Did you see that? The part where you took a selfie, shrieked a blood-curdling shriek, and crumpled to the ground? You do realize you can simply delete a bad selfie. No, Liam, not the selfie. That evil blinding light. The flash. That was no flash, you fool. That was the final proof I needed for something I've suspected for a long time. Specifically, ever since I took those super shrooms. That my phone is evil, and now it's stolen my soul, using arcane phone magic. I told you those shrooms were super. Sure, walk away. You don't have to believe me. I know it's true. The super shrooms are what allowed me to finally understand the truth of my phone's sinister intentions. Han, you believe me, don't you? You have to help me get my soul back.
Of course you believe Polly. With logic like that, how could you possibly not?
All right. You've got a almost perfectly diverse stat spread, which is excellent. So we have to figure out which of these answers goes with which stat.
Don't worry. You just need to download the mobile update with the new patch that takes care of the soul-stealing bug that seems to go with, I would think, smarts.
Mm-hmm.
Here, perform an exorcism to expel the soul from the phone. So these can be anything, right? It's not just her stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so, what would that be?
Could be creativity or charm.
I was going to say boldness or creativity. I don't know.
Smarts is your highest stat, so you probably can't go wrong with picking the top one.
It's true. I have a good feeling about the second one, though. Damn, this is hard. This is harder than I thought it would be. So if I choose the lower one, it's going to take that stat even lower, correct?
Correct. They're Oni girls. There is, in fact, an Oni girl, but she's not a dateable character until the sequel.
There's a sequel for this game?
There's 2 sequels to this game.
Bruh. Let's go. Damn it. I think we're going to have to go with the first one then.
So smart. Oh, damn, good call. I hate updating my phone because sometimes the apps have different logos, and all my apps are organized by rainbow color, so when they change the logos, all the apps are out of order, and I hate that. But I think in this case, an update might just be needed.
Carefully take the evil phone from Polly and download the necessary software as promised. It's kind of crazy that someone was so bad at their job that they rolled out an update that steals souls in the first place. Like, this is a PR nightmare for sure. One of the top 10 phone company fuck-ups of all time. Right up there with the time they made phones that exploded. And also the incident when the raccoons got into the warehouse and somehow transferred the rabies virus into a technological virus and infected everything with it. That's horrifying, man.
That is kind of horrifying.
Patch works splendidly. Immediately, Polly's soul is expelled from her phone and back into her. The rest of her, it's not like she has a body. That could be a problem. Whatever. Point is, she seems happy with it, and it turns out the patch has some other really great bonuses as well.
Wow. In addition to not stealing souls, which is already for sure an improvement, now my phone detects good butts and makes French fries. And not only did the mobile update fix the glitches in your phone, it fixes the glitches in the soul it's stolen and returns it to its rightful owner absolved of all sins. Phew, thanks for saving my soul, Con. I'm a ghost, so it's pretty much all I have. Also, my phone is telling me that you have a good butt. Maybe we should go share some French fries.
Man, Apple is finally looking out for me. Heck yeah. French fries and good butts for life. Who knew that such an irresponsible phone glitch could bring you such joy? Not to mention +2 creativity and +1 fun. Hey, look at there.
Nice.
What I'm talking about.
All right. I need to work on my charmingness. So,
Going to the game, I see.
yes, once again into the fray.
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. The match is so intense and both teams are so into it that you decide to raise the stakes by betting part of your charm against part of the other team leader's charm. That commitment amazes your whole team, and their spirit is fueled by determination. Finally, you win and take +2 charm from the other team's leader. She's now a bit less fabulous. After a fearsome battle, you find that you, Vera, and Scott are the sole survivors of a bloody and terrible dodgeball match.
Damn, are we the only ones alive? Shit, I can't afford to lose. I don't want that on my academic resume. No, not losing. Losing is like, not a good thing. Don't worry, Scott. Losing is like winning, except it's losing. I'm not sure if I should feel worried or relieved. Worried, Scott. Losing is bad. A loser Scott is a bad Scott. I don't want to be a bad Scott. Then what we need is a fast way to turn this game around. All right, there's no way to win this dodgeball match unless we completely change the rules of dodgeball as we know them. It's time to unleash your sick acting skills. Pretend you caught a disease to stop the match. Pretty sure that this is smarts and creativity, right? It's gotta be.
The first one or both of them in general?
I think the first one is smarts and the second one is creativity.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So smart.
You swiftly flee to the International Ministry of Sports and start a complex legal process. After an absurd whirlwind of legal action and bribery, you finally drastically change the rules of dodgeball. You go back to high school, and the new rule set favors your team in incomprehensible ways.
Scott, you focus on catching the blue flamingo to gain 50 more points.
Gotcha! You two dance the tango so we can win this thing!
You dance all the right moves that officially end the match way ahead of the other team, who are still combing the hair of their team llama.
Well, I have no idea what just happened, but according to this rulebook, you won! Holy cow, kids! I don't remember any of these rules. I guess my memory lost at remembering stuff.
Don't worry, coach. Losing is like winning, except instead of winning, it's losing.
That's right, Vera. And if you've learned that, it means that I've won at the ancient sport of teaching.
I didn't know I was going to be in this game.
Yeah, legit.
Who knew that subverting the rules of a sport was that easy? We live in a wonderful and twisted world. You end up reverting the rules back to how they were before. But boy, was that fun. You gain +2 creativity and +1 fun.
All right.
Everybody chooses a brand. Say your choice out loud to the rest of the players before clicking. McDonald's.
I'm going to say the Zarkon. Also, catch you later, Lovis. Thanks for stepping in.
Good to see you, Lovis. Player orders. Okay. Decide based on how weird it would be if the selected brand paid for product placement in Game of Thrones. Start debating now. Well, I'm going to have to go with yours because I don't think the Zarkon LLC would ever have that kind of budget.
I was going to say, clear winner based on monetary prowess.
I have to ask, is your character like a mud man?
That makes sense. I always considered him to be kind of a little ghosty boy. I have no idea, actually, though.
Yeah, I was thinking like the Blob or like something like that. I thought he was made out of chocolate to start with.
Mudman actually makes a lot of sense. You'll also notice that there's a new face here.
Yes.
There are lots of secret characters in this game that you can also date in the secret endings, but they take a lot more work and a lot of them are determined randomly. So like
Okay.
this guy showing up here could mean that he's a dateable option, but like he could have easily not shown up here. The game decides randomly.
So he's like, no, I was going to say he's a red herring, but no, that's not right. It's not
He's
the
a,
right.
is a secret route.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
I'm going to sit with Vera and Scott today.
I really like Scott.
Scott is honestly the best. But
He is, though. I really like him.
I went for Scott the last time I played, so we got to go for Vera this time.
Watching Vera eat is usually pretty disturbing. Her snakes eat at the same time she does. But at least it's usually quiet. This time, however, Scott is doing his best to change that.
Go lefty! Gobble that mouse! No, watch out for wiggles coming up from behind! Use that tongue! Go! He does this every week or so whenever my snakes need a meal. He seems to think snake eating contests are a competitive sport. Also, I don't think he realizes that an actual snake eating contest would probably involve people eating snakes. I tried charging him for tickets to get him to stop, but he actually pays to do this. He keeps track of each snake's statistics on a little index card. He's even given them names. Go Slither, go Bendy, go Sanchez, go Snake. Those aren't their names. God, no matter how much he pays for the tickets, it isn't enough. This scene, oh, go ahead.
This seems like a really tense situation. You resolve it in the only way you know how, by opening your mouth and yelling.
Pretty clear choices here.
Yeah, I would say so.
This is nothing compared to earthworm eating contests or snake, eat that food and stay awake. Yeah, we're gonna go with helping Vera out here. What?
Yeah.
There's a more exciting sport than snake eating contests? You gotta tell me about it. Oh yeah, earthworm eating contests are literally crawling with suspense. And even better, they're going on all the time with thousands of players in each game. Thousands? Where's the game? Where do I go? Anywhere there's dirt. Anywhere? There's dirt in so many places. So many places that aren't here. Get going. Sports that game or whatever. I will, Vera. I will. I swear, one of these days he's going to decide choking on his food is a sport and die.
While you hope Scott doesn't actually die, the main thing on your mind right now is how Vera's smiling at you. Nice. You know, there's a part of me deep down inside that wants to go for Green Man in the middle. But that's probably not probably not a good option.
I will say that in these multiplayer games, it's expected that people are kind of like sabotaging each other and competing against each other. So there is time, like the stat requirements aren't that high. There is time to check out some side plots or go to the store over the course of the game.
Okay, so I don't have to be like fucking jacked with stats at the end of this.
You do not.
Is that a duck man? What is he supposed to be?
He is a kappa,
Oh.
a little Japanese
Okay.
water spirit, keeps a little water in their head.
Now I'm interested.
All right, we can go there.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's be wild. Make the dubiously wise decision to sit with the Leonard. Maybe he won't be weird today. Oh God, did I pick a Kenji?
You did.
I did.
Let me look inside
I
your
picked
butt.
Kenji. Nope, never mind.
No, look, it's cool. I just want your A Shirikodama. This is a real thing that is part of Japanese mythology. I just want your Shirikodama. It's a delicious little ball inside your anus that may not contain your soul. We Kappas are crazy about them.
You have no words.
Speechless, huh? Well, as I always say, the absence of a clear and unambiguous no counts as consent. Here I come.
You grab a chair and beat Leonard senseless to keep him away from your booty. Hey, he didn't specifically say not to beat him senseless with a chair, so that's consent, right? I like where you're going with this, narrator, and I like your use of a steel chair. It's keeping in line with the theme. Well, that talk of the Shirikodama did make you curious, so you reach into your butt, and there it is. Wow, it's so beautiful. It's like a giant pearl, but from your ass instead of an oyster. What will you do with this newfound treasure? Trade it for some rad pogs. Make a fabulous necklace with it. Ooh, there's a strong urge to go with the meme and pick the pogs, but you know what? Having a necklace made out of an ass pearl, there's something like unbelievably gangster about that shit, so we're going with the fabulous necklace. Conventional fashion wisdom states that you should never make a necklace out of something you found in your butt. But you're a maverick. You won't let big fashion tell you what to do. Hey. Your wild individuality really pays off. Finally, people are staring at your chest because you want them to. Soon, all your schoolmates are digging their souls out of their assholes to make sweet jewelry. Looks like you started a trend. You gained +4 charm. Man, if I had the power to make people dig shit out of their assholes, I would so do it in real life.
You made a wise choice.
I love it. Everybody chooses an animal. Say your choice out loud to the rest of the players before clicking. Links.
I was gonna say mantis shrimp.
Ooh, good choice. That's one I don't hear too much about. Player orders decided based on how strongly you would avoid eating the selected animal. Start debating now. Well,
Okay. I think you're the clear winner on this one, because predators generally are terrible for eating, and shrimp are delicious.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you know me and my affinity for shellfish,
dude,
I would
yes.
totally fucking eat a mantis shrimp.
Shrimp is top tier.
Especially one that is like so colorful.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm thinking of a different kind of shrimp.
It's got to be good though. All right,
It's got to be, and they're fat as hell.
you
All
are
right,
you are
what do we do
first,
here?
and looks like auditorium out and outdoors are both available.
Damn, we got 9 fun already. And we got 11 charm. God damn.
I would definitely
Creativity.
try to get the stats you want into the double digits.
Okay.
I don't think you need double
would-
digits for all the stats, but it's safer.
That's true. I feel like we've gone outside a whole bunch though. Like, I don't know if this is just me being a streamer, but I feel the need to diversify just for the sake of a good performance.
Up to you.
So auditorium, I'm guessing that would be creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do auditorium.
Cool. But also, on this channel, being sweaty gamer is like my entire brand, my entire style.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm here to ruin everything that you built up over the course of the last couple of years.
Got it. Love it.
Nah. I kid. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves had descended to give you figurative oral sex. Performance is intense and inspiring. It'll be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. Game plus 2 creativity. I like it. I like it a lot. You're chilling with Polly after rehearsal when a door flies off its hinges and the Slayer busts in.
Yo, loser. I'm about to face a major boss in the dungeon I'm working on, and I need potions. Do you mean drugs? I have tons of those. Most of them are meth, though, so... No, I mean potions. Those enticingly shaped glass bottles full of colored liquid. Ah, like the one on her plague doctor costume.
I like that.
Oh, these are just for my costume. They're not really holding out on me, huh? Well, I'll show you. To the hero go the spoils.
The Slayer grabs one of Polly's potions and chugs it.
Now, if this potion really works, I'll pay good money for the rest. How does that sound?
Sounds great, except that the potion really is just a bottle of colored water. There's no reason not to scam the Slayer, though. Quick, make the potion seem like it did something. Turn her into a cucumber, punch her in the stomach. Punch her in the stomach. Would that be boldness?
I think that would be boldness.
I mean, I did laugh at it, so I thought it was going to be fun to begin with, but it'd probably be boldness. That's really low, but turn her into a cucumber. That's got to be creativity, right? I'm going to go with cucumber.
All right. So creative.
I think you always keep that cucumber spell prepared for emergencies.
Whoa, she turned into a tiny green wang. I didn't know my potions did that. That's so irresponsible. I'm going to drink all of them.
Before Polly can do something stupid, and before you can make a salad out of the Slayer, she turns back.
Gah, I'm free now. Yeah, sorry, my potions do dumb cool stuff instead of weird combat stuff. Are you kidding? The boss I'm fighting is weak against cucumbers. This is perfect. I'll take everything you've got.
You sell the Slayer all the bottles of green water for +2 money, and when she runs out of money, she gives you +1 charm too.
Dang.
God damn. Look at that.
So
Scamming the ignorant.
yeah, at this point, you might be able to just buy a creativity or fun item.
Hell yeah, I'm going to have to go to the shop on the next turn.
Nice. All right. I'm dying. My charm is dying, so we're going to the gym here.
Back into the fray.
Yep.
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Many people fall during the battle. You can't take any more, so you valiantly go straight to the other team's leader, start negotiations for a truce. After hours of intense diplomacy, you commit to an agreement. What an unexpected twist. Game +10 righteousness. This game is so wrong in so many ways that you would be lucky if you could do anything with that, and +2 charm. Performance in that game earns you a position as first pick on Vera's team for the next game. Sweet. When you get over to her side of the court, though, you notice her furrowed brow. She's having trouble choosing the next player.
As much as I hate to admit it, I brought you over here because I need your help. You see, my acceptance at a top-tier business school is riding on this game. Everyone knows business schools hate losers, and dodgeball is basically the new goal. I need to assemble a killer team, but my skills lie in discerning people's weaknesses, not their strengths. That's where you come in. Help me pick the best team, and I'll be sure to remember you fondly when I'm crushing peons with my business degree.
Picking teams is your jam, you whisper in Vera's ear.
Okay. Pick all the worst players. If we win, you're a god for leading losers to victory. If we lose, it's all their fault. That seems like possibly a smart or charming answer. Don't pick any of these chumps. I'll just hire us a team of homicidal dodgeball supermen who used to be mercenaries. That's definitely the money answer.
Yeah, I mean, damn, this is hard.
I'm gonna go with the money answer because if this is smarts, then I get it wrong. But if this is anything but smarts, then I get it right. So wealthy.
So,
Solving problems through unfair application of capital. Just the thing business schools are looking for. Hire away.
You make a call to your preferred mercenary provider. Pretty soon you've got a team of hobgoblins who look like they could beat the shit out of the moon. Despite the other team's protests, the game begins. It lasts 14 seconds. As the ambulance crew arrives to clean up the wreckage, Vera winks at you.
In the end, what matters most is that we work together as a team.
Yep, that's the moral of the story, alright. The game +2 fun and +1 charm.
God damn it. The game seems determined to keep my fun and charm at the exact same number. Oh.
Uh-oh. What's gonna happen here? Having your evening tea at a nice place when you start feeling sleepy. Next thing you know, you're waking up in an abandoned warehouse. You meet first time.
Finally.
God.
Hello, it took you almost 2 hours to recover consciousness. Rude much? Anyway, let's do this quickly. I have someone else to drug and kidnap at 9.
Man.
You're here because I might or might not be starting to have feelings for Isaac. But feelings are dumb and blind and flighty and dumb. And I won't let my feelings lead me into a life I end up regretting. The thing is, I'm fabulous, so of course I've created a specific list of features I expect in a love partner. You know, to guarantee I don't end up murdering them out of boredom and contempt. And you know what I appreciate in people? Ambition and direction. I want someone that's thinking beyond just where they want to go this summer. I want someone with a plan so we can both be fabulous and conquer life in our own fierce ways. So tell me, would you describe Isaac as an ambitious person who has planned an amazing future for himself?
See, Isaac has his entire life planned out in a set of color-coded manila folders, including all potential scenarios, tons of charts, and even some thoughts on how his lineage could continue his master plan. Sure. You know how Isaac works at a burger joint on the weekends? According to his plans, 20 years from now, he might become the manager. Also, he has very serious plans to become Platinum Man FOF by next year. Man. Well, we got to go with the first one, right?
This is why I truly love Vera. She's the only one who has a decent sense of organization. Manila folders, charts, color-coded. Those are the key words to getting a lady excited.
Man, I'm pretty sure they aren't, but sure.
I wonder if he uses the same color codes that I use in my plans. Who knows? Even our life master plans could merge. I'm looking forward to analyzing the degree of compatibility in our lineage plans. Look at me getting all romantic. Yes!
Vera sure has a unique sense of romanticism, but you're sure it'd be good enough for Isaac. You gain +3 charm for your good deed. God
Hot
damn, look at
damn,
that
the charm.
3 charm. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
See? Everybody chooses a food, say your choice out loud to the rest of the players before clicking. Pork tonkatsu.
Oh, that's actually really good. I'm gonna say a fudgesicle.
Oh boy. Players ordered is decided based on how funny the nickname Con the Cool your food choice would be. Start debating now. Well, cool fudgesicle. It just works so well together, doesn't it?
Yeah, the cool tonkatsu. It's not as good.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue as well, does it?
Mm. All right.
It's totally the fudgesicle.
One more week.
3.
Week 3.
Boy.
All right.
What's your plan this time?
What's that?
I said, what's your plan this time?
Good question. I feel like smarts and money are double digits, so I should be good there. I think I'm just gonna go to the gym at least one more time to make sure. Also, important to note that we only have, after this, we only have one more class day. And the shopkeeper will not be blocking one of the things on the last day.
Okay, so go to the shop now is what you're saying.
Yeah, I would go to the shop now or at lunch, but I mean, lunch is just pure hearts. So lunch is usually the way easier choice. If you need to go to the shop, it's best to go during class. But I'm going to the gym.
Yeah. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Again, amidst the battle, you spot a fellow player that seems utterly discouraged. She thinks she's not worth anything at dodgeball, and she attempts to throw a ball at herself. You explain to her the many ways you think she's unique and wonderful, while also defending the many pleasures in life. Man, it's nice. Through help, she's capable of finding reasons to keep playing and gains a sense of self-worth. You gain +1 BFF. Sad if she's not part of this game, so that beautiful friendship will take place off screen, and +2 charm. Man. After the game, you spot Vera desperately trying to ignore Coach. Go over to see if you can help.
I'm just trying to help you be your best self, Vera. That's what custom workouts are for.
Why would I need to do that? I'm already better than everyone else.
Maybe. But are you better than yourself?
No, how is that even possible?
With custom workouts. Workouts give us buff arms and strong hands.
So that we can strangle our past selves?
So we can hug our present selves and shake hands with our future.
Oh, I like mine better. But even so, the custom workout you suggested is not for me.
You don't like the million push-up system? Okay, well you can make up your own workout. Just think of something you're good at and a workout to make you even better at it.
Vera's thinking, but you already know the perfect workout. You shout out.
Deadlifts. You'll need the strength when you're lifting bags of gold coins out of your enemy's vaults. Or burpees. They make your nails look incredible for some reason.
Well,
I feel like this is boldness versus charm.
I thought the first one was money because it was talking about gold coins.
Ugh. Well, I have equal money and charm, so I could see that. But I don't think I would like if this is boldness, I lose if I pick this. If this is money, I could pick either one.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I'm gonna go with the possibly charming answer.
Nice.
Yep.
What are burpees?
Only the funnest workout ever. Drop to the ground, do a push-up, jump in the air, clap your hands, and do it all again.
And that's supposed to make my nails look fabulous? How exactly?
Simple. Burpees make the rest of you tough as nails, which frees your nails up to be smooth and supple.
That sounds stupid enough to work, which means it probably won't.
Well, like the free sample guy sent to me at the deli the other day. Come on, just try one. Just try it. It's free. Look, it's just a little meat roll. Just try it. Come on.
Well, fine. I'm stuck in this class till the end of the period anyway.
10 minutes and 100 burpees later.
Oh my god, my nails are incredible. It's like my fingertips are covered in sexy daggers.
I know, right? I used to run a workout nail salon, you know.
That's a thing? Hold on, I've got to register a business.
Vera soon opens a workout nail salon called Head of Curves. It's an incredible success and also a laundromat. As a founder, gain +2 money and +1 smarts.
Hot damn. All right.
Yeah.
You hitting up the shopkeeper in the bathrooms?
Indeed. I'm gonna go buy drugs.
Shouldn't you be out there trying to romance a classmate or something? Anyway, welcome. All right. So you're too poor for a bag of cocaine. You're too poor for a penguin mask. But I guess you could get a used tampon by the former prom queen. Or the mystery gift. But the other ones are a sexy fake Latin accent, which is, I believe, charm. A PR agent, which I believe is, or maybe that's charm. This is smarts, maybe?
Charm, the 60.
Oh, yeah. The Russian novel with an insightful approach to universal matters such as life or death. That's definitely smarts. Creativity, motivational poster. Some impractical yet kind of funny glasses. Boldness probably. And a fake badass tattoo. Oh no, this is probably fun. This is probably boldness.
Damn it, I wish we had enough for the brick of cocaine.
Actually, it looks like the PR agent might be a whatchamacallit, a quest item, because all the other the stat boosting items are all $5. This is $6.
Well, we have 9 fun right now.
You think you're gonna go for that?
9 creativity.
The fun?
Yeah. I was gonna just get the fucking Kanye West glasses and just go ride the meme out. We're definitely gonna skip the Russian novel, as much as it pains me to say that. But wait, what does it sound? What does it say on the front? Let me see the cover. I can't make out what the first word is, and I can't make out what the second word is. I can read the letters, but I don't know what it says.
Ah, darn. Okay, let's get some glasses.
Yeah, we're get the Kanye glasses.
Have a good one. And indeed, you have 14 fun now. Yeah, you basically you trade 5 money for 5 in another stat.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, cat lady.
Thank you, cat lady.
Everybody chooses an activity. Say your choice out loud to the rest of the players before clicking. Joking.
What?
Oh, have you never heard of joking?
I have not.
Well, I didn't expect to have to explain joking on this stream tonight. But joking is a certain pseudo-scientific exercise that a man can do to, let's say, stretch out and lengthen his pee-pee.
Sure. Okay. All right. I'm going to go with VTubing.
Almost as degenerate, but also a good choice. Let's see. Player order is decided based on how controversial it would be if someone confessed that 9 years ago the U.S. president forced them to do the activity in exchange for lots of money as part of a weird fetish. Well, this one...
You got that one. You got that one, buddy. Oh, fuck.
Whoa, what's happening here? Oh, I see somebody new over there. 2 people that's new over there.
Yep. But yeah, you get to go first.
Oh shit, I just realized.
Uh-huh. Competitive dating sim indeed.
They're trying to, they're pitting us against each other.
We were too chummy on the weekend activities.
Is that a thing? Is there like an AI director that
I don't know.
tries to fuck with people? Damn. Shit, man.
You do what you want to do.
I would say go talk to Count Dracula over there. Or maybe like the girl without a nose. But I'm already like flush with stats. Except for boldness and money.
Yeah, I could probably use some more. Well, I have double digits and everything. I should be okay.
Yeah, but damn. Wait a minute. Hold up now. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think how many times I've actually talked to Polly. Is it like four times that we've talked?
You may want to go for Polly.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Sorry, bro.
All good, bro.
You arrive at Polly and Veer's table to find them eating. Wait, both of them?
Oh, yum, yum, yum. I sure do love food and eating. Look at this food go in me. Yes, this cafeteria sloppy Joe truly has a subtle flavor profile.
Finally, you notice the cause of this absurdity. A well-dressed businessman sitting at the next table, watching both women intently.
Oh yeah, I know you like this, baby. My eating is realistic and erotic. Be cool, Polly. The man wants to pay us for eating in front of him, not screaming about eating. Is this not what eating is? I forget.
While Vera tries to explain eating to Polly, the businessman shyly approaches you and gives a small bow. Much obliged, friend, he says in a soft voice. Are these two fine ladies your friends? I must confess that I have searched far and wide for a suitable candidate to fulfill my rather unusual fetish. Paying a student at a high school for monsters to eat food while I watch politely from a distance. Feel like we need to call in Chris Hansen.
Yep.
But find myself unable to choose which of these two beauties to hire. Snake-headed one possesses a certain grace.
Yeah, pay me, motherfucker. Pay me to do a thing I was gonna do anyway.
The translucent one has such passion.
I don't even want the money. This is just fucking weird and I love it.
In your opinion, the businessman finishes, which would be the wiser choice on my part? Damn, this is hard because wait, I gotta think for a minute. What are the ramifications of these choices here?
I think that you are complimenting the girl that you choose.
Yeah, but like, I feel like if I compliment Vera, that's gonna get me hearts, right? With Vera.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll say the ghost. Yeah, that's good. I think that's the right choice.
All right.
The businessman nods thoughtfully. You know, you're right. Never before I believed so fully that someone's actually eating real food.
Yep, that's me, eating real food with my real mouth and teeth. Are you kidding me? That's convincing to you? The food is fading right through her body onto the floor. Don't hate me just because I'm efficient at eating. Don't worry, I hate you for other more private reasons. What? Sorry, can't hear you. Too busy eating real food.
Team up with Polly to make her eating even more realistic. She passes her food through her body to you, and you eat it for her. Oh my God, it's pretty hot. I know, right?
It's like my real life conversations. I worry for you, Setio. All right.
Who are you talking to in real life?
I will go over here to the vampires since I don't need anything from the shop, really.
Yeah. Good Lord. All you want is to eat in peace, and yet.
We're here to save the world.
Yeah, we know.
From you, Dimitri.
You wound me, you truly do, after all I've done for you.
More like done to us. What about that time you betrayed us in the middle of a climactic battle, then unbetrayed us, then betrayed us 3 more times? Or that other time, the next morning, the empty bed.
Why can't they talk as separate entities so you know which one is porking Dimitri?
Yes, they talk in unison.
My God.
Then so be it. Let's end this, once and for all. And not like the last time I said that, or the time before that. This time I mean it, for real.
Yeah, no, same. For real this time. Once and for all.
Ugh, this is like the 7th final battle these dorks have had this week. You've had it with their bullshit. Take a fistful of ketchup packets and spew them all over Dimitri. Maybe someone will get on his cape and he'll run away to get it dry cleaned.
What's this, blood? Oh, how you wound me, my loves. I feel no pain but that in my heart. I will slink off to some cave to lay in agony between life and death, waiting to be tended to.
You spot Dimitri squeezing some of the ketchup onto a hot dog, taking a bite on his way out of the cafeteria. What is that dude's deal?
Truly, thank you for selflessly helping us on our adventure, Isaac.
Nah, it was selfish. You really just wanted to eat in peace, but whatever.
In return, allow us to help you on one of your adventures.
Okay, why not? They can go ahead and help you with.
I like Saitiel's comment. Do a lot of hypothetical shit and people do the crazy flippity floppities with me. That's just called being part of a potential improv group. Like so many friend groups are. Solving the ancient enigma of your algebra homework, or going to retrieve the legendary bag of lasagna flavored chips from the supermarket down the street while you risk your life protecting this cafeteria table. I feel like it's all upside.
I feel like, well, this is kind of going into the meta narrative, but the first one you get to spend time with 3 women's. On the other hand, you do just get to eat pizza and you get some nice lasagna flavored chips.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like
I don't know if there are potential routes.
I feel like I'm smart enough to do my own algebra homework at this point, so we'll go with the lasagna flavored chips.
There you go.
We have heard tale of these lasagna flavored chips, mostly through pleasant songs coming to us from our phones in 10-second increments. Very well, as long as you promise to guard this cafeteria table with your life. Wait, why do we need you to guard this? Never mind, whatever. You helped us, we'll help you. That's what decent people do.
That's what decent people do. Okay, Coven, sure, whatever. But they always try to be their best selves. Why are they even at this school?
All right, here are your chips. Don't ask why it took so long. It doesn't matter who was or wasn't making out with a near-death Dimitri in a secret cave somewhere, as his white shirt clung dramatically to his chiseled abs and his breathing was ragged as he danced on the edge of life and death, and a tough choice had to be made as to whether to spare his life. Here's your change. Goodbye.
Your change? You didn't give me any money. Well, in their hurry to avoid further questions. Not that you were going to ask. You really don't care. They gave you +4 money. Sweet deal.
Holy shit, I'm rich.
I know, right? And man, fucking Dimitri is my hero.
Also, what are these conversations about Carvel ice cream cake?
Just there are conversations about Carvel ice cream cake. These are some crazy stuff. Man, fucking, you have to be in the know, Isaac. You need to follow Carvel ice cream on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
They be talking about, what is it called? Fudgy the Whale. And they be talking about Cookie Puss all the time. Yeah, you think I'm joking, but this is like the actual Carvel Twitter account. Like for St. Patrick's Day, they had like a special St. Patrick's Day themed ice cream cake, and it was called Cookie O Puss.
Okay, all right. They earned a follow.
There you go.
All right, everyone chooses something bad. Say your choice out loud to the rest of the players before clicking.
Chooses something bad. Like, what kind of bad? Are we going like horrific, or we're going like ooh stinky?
I guess it's up to you.
Something bad. Mud butt.
Mud butt. All right, I'm gonna say pulling a hangnail. That's bad.
Yes, I would agree. Great or is decided based on how likely it would be for humankind to perish due to the selected things. Start debating now.
I think you got this one. Just because of the potential for disease.
Well, it's already happened, as far as I know. Like the Aztecs, Montezuma's revenge. Mudwood killed a lot of people, man. It's already killed a lot of people.
You happened to pick something that was bad enough.
Oh God, this game understands me on a spiritual level.
Aztecs. All right.
Aztecs.
Your
Alright.
fun is in double digits. Your creativity is not.
Creativity. I'm guessing that was auditorium, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yes, let's go to the auditorium. Ugh. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, can't help but feel that you're not as good as the role requires you to be. Uh-oh, so where it falls apart. There doesn't seem to be any ordinary way of getting yourself there, but there might be an extraordinary way. Performance-enhancing drugs. Summon the devil, one of many, and make a deal to enhance your creativity just a bit. That's gonna bite me in the ass. You gain +2 creativity, you also lose -3 years of your life as your end of the deal, but who cares? They weren't happening in game anyway. Can't argue with that.
Oh my god, did you hear? They finally invented a tattoo gun that works on ghosts. I'm totally gonna go get one as soon as school lets out. Oh shit, we should definitely get matching tattoos. You wanna?
Of course you do. What are you? Responsible? The important question is, what kind of tattoo do you want to get? The entire text of the Necronomicon will be the first half, I'll be the second half. Knuckle tats. You get part Ipar, and I'll get typa or T. Put our knuckles together, and you know what that spells. I'm not sure I do. My dyslexia is kicked in.
It spells party, party, party.
That's why it was throwing me off. I was trying to spell something else with the fucking...
Part,
It's not
Ipar, Tipa, Erti.
Not a smart man, Isaac. I went to college after all. Anyway, I think we're gonna have to get... We're gonna have to do the party one.
Okay. So
This seems-
fun. Sex.
6. You look blankly at Polly.
What? That's what it spells, right? I mean, I could be wrong. Whenever I see a group of letters, I always assume it either spells sex or LSD. And a knuckle tattoo is obviously longer than 3 letters. So sex it is.
Start to explain that sex is the same length as LSD. Polly presses a finger to your lips.
Shh, my little dumplet. If you play your cards right, I'll show you just how long sex can really be.
Well, she turned it around somehow. She does show you. Turns out it can be as long as you want. If you keep adding X to the end. You gain +2 fun and +1 creativity. Bro, I'm so stacked with fun right now.
You are insanely fun. I'm still richer than you are fun, but
Yeah, you're going the Industrial Revolution as consequences route. So you're going to be flush with funds.
listen, I can change her.
I don't know if you can. There's no changing the Industrial Revolution, Isaac. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. At one point, you're about to be eliminated by a player from the other team. But suddenly, you convince him not to throw the ball at you with a heartfelt speech about the importance of everyone's lives. The player bursts into tears and you take advantage of that moment of weakness, throwing the ball at him. You lose to -5 mercy, a stat that might be useful in Monster Prom sequel, but isn't now. And you gain +2 charm. See what you're doing to the common man?
Hey Isaac, remember that one time at that one party where you explained to me in great detail your brilliant secrets of the business world?
Holy shit, you do not. And that doesn't sound like your area of expertise at all. You must have been pretty drunk. But it's Vera, so you smile and nod.
Well, I will be attending a very fancy and important business dinner event tonight full of powerful people by exclusive invitation. And by exclusive invitation, I mean I'm going to use my Gorgon powers and turn the concierge to stone and then sneak in. I'd love to see you put other people's money where your mouth is, if you're not doing anything tonight.
You were planning on reorganizing your collection of very rare mint condition Pokemon cards.
Ah, well that's where all the money comes from, I guess.
Yeah, you made that sale to Logan Paul and ripped him off. A popular trading card game based on the even more popular video game Pocket Humans. Each card depicts a human being with a specific job and bio. But that can wait. So when the time rolls around for the fancy business dinner, you shove them in your pocket and roll out.
Isaac, over here. Glad you could make it. I've been raking in business cards hand over claw so far. I met Gertrude Gorgonzola, the Diamond Tampon Tycoon, and Ray K. Bebop, the social media influencer slash rapper slash robot. And they're both very excited to do business with me. How have you done so far?
Turn out your pockets and show Vera the evidence of your endeavors, which consists of the lobby card for the hotel where the convention is in, and the only thing handed to you by a real businessman, a sticky note with the word "No" written in red Sharpie.
Maybe I should have invited someone else. Literally anyone else.
No, it's okay. You still have an hour left of the event. It's time to pull out all the traps. Choose an amazing tactic to get as many business cards as you can to prove to Vera what a valuable business asset and/or prom date you are.
All right, let's see. You may have no business and therefore no business cards to exchange, but you sure as hell have Pokemon cards. Trade those. Convince the business people that you have a rare disease that can only be cured if you are given 100 business cards. I feel like this is... Oh god, it's either charm or creativity, and that's like my highest and lowest.
Damn.
I feel like this is either smarts or money.
Would that be, could that be creativity?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm gonna go with this one. Wish me luck, God.
Yep.
It was creativity.
Oh.
Quick as a flash,
Damn.
you pull out your dope collection of Pokemon cards. Hey, yells a lizard person in an impeccably tailored pinstripe suit. Are those Pokemon cards? I love Pokemon, cries the nearby spawn of Cthulhu, withdrawing a pack of cards from his purse. Pocket humans are the best humans I hate least. Soon you're surrounded by businessmen, all enthusiastically pulling out their collections of Pokemon cards. Who knew that a trading card game based on a video game mostly for much younger monsters would have such an immense popularity in the high-end business community? A dozen or so of you sat on the floor, swapping cards back and forth as you swap stories of the best Pokemon tournaments you've played in. I just realized I'm narrating. Fuck.
Oh shit, I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't see the head over there. I was like, wait a minute.
My bad. I'm used to playing this game by myself.
No, that's good.
What the hell is going on over here? Why is everyone on the floor?
Show Vera your impressive new collection of rare Pokemon cards you procured.
Pokemon cards? How is this in any way useful to me? Pokemon aren't real. I need business cards to get real business contacts. And not only did you not get any business cards, now I won't be able to either. I know how you Poke nerds roll. Once you get started, it's impossible to get you to stop. I might as well just go home at this point. Once again, children ruin everything.
It's still real to me, damn it. Start to launch into your trademark tirade about how Pocket Humans merchandise isn't just for children. But it's too late. Vera's gone, and with her -2 boldness and -1 fun. God damn. Ooh. Sorry, bro.
Okay, so here's the like most nerve-wracking part of the game. Technically, you can choose anyone, including going by yourself.
What a fucking power move that is.
But you need to have enough hearts with a particular character, and you need to have the stats to match.
Well, damn, man. I guess we're gonna have to ask Polly and see what happens.
Okay.
Hopefully we did good enough. That's Polly to the prom, yes indeed.
And then me, I know I have the stats for Vera, but I'm concerned about the amount of hearts I have. So hopefully that last little fuck up was not enough to turn me down completely.
Well, do you lose hearts? Like, does it tell you when you lose hearts, or does it tells you when you get them? Does it tell you when you lose them?
No, hearts is a hidden stat, so you have no idea how many hearts you have with a character.
Okay.
All right. Let's see it.
You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the monster prom with you.
Not a chance in the world, darling. You're boredom on a stick. You'd bore me to death. And then what would I be? A meta ghost? Pass. See ya.
The shame of your constant failures was so great that you secluded yourself in your room for years and officially started dating your own pillow. I like it. Waifu life forever. That's what I'm talking about, man.
So I
Sunday after all.
I will say that the reason that Polly rejected you is because she does not like creativity. She likes boldness.
Oh, okay.
Fun and
I
boldness
see.
are her stats. And
Okay.
she kind of tried to hint at that by saying that you're boring. But
What you mean right now or before? 'Cause I
just
didn't see that before.
no, just now in her rejection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well-
It's supposed to be a game that you play multiple times and then like slowly figure out what they like.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird though, because like, I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but I wasn't seeing the boldness all throughout.
I think,
Interesting though.
yeah, I think the stats are a little nebulous in how they're defined, but the developers have chosen boldness and fun for Polly.
Yeah. Because like 3 of them kind of overlap a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe you can pull it out. You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the monster prom with you.
Prom together? I'm not a delicate flower that spends her days waiting for someone to ask her to prom. I'm a strong, confident, self-made woman. I can ask someone to prom myself. Would you want to come to prom with me? See, there you have it. I can do it myself. And I dare you to decline my proposal, sweetheart. Vera Oberlin plays to win.
Hey, you and Vera had a great evening together. You danced, you laughed, shared all kinds of personal stories.
Look at the little hat. Look at the little hat.
I like that. You didn't get a hat, but your little friend did. Close to the end, she kissed you, and what a fierce kiss. She even bit you on the lip. It was so exciting, you started to feel a bit dizzy. Maybe too dizzy. But she knows your condition. She was fully honest with you.
Oh, that,
Oh,
yeah.
that.
I probably poisoned you when biting you. Don't worry, I might have some antidote at my house.
What a deliciously dangerous woman. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. 2 out of 47 endings.
Yep.
6. Holy shit, man.
This is a big, big game.
Most likely to be tasty if eaten by other people. I can't disagree with that.
One less piece of unfinished business, suckers.
I'm not even sure what that means in this context. Hey, look at Coach. 3 weeks are maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives.
So the amazing part about this game is this is not even all the characters.
I really like the Blob Man with the hat on.
The Blob Man's great. Also a secret dateable character.
Oh, that's unfortunate we didn't see him.
But whatchamacallit? You'll notice that Dimitri, the vampire guy, is not here.
Yeah, where is he at in all this?
Maybe he's back here, but like he really does go invisible when you take his picture.
I was gonna say he's a vampire too. He wouldn't show up, would he? Where would his cape be though? I feel like that would be there.
Also, here's the Oni woman that Lovis was being thirsty towards.
God damn, she's like 9 feet tall.
She's huge, yeah. And I believe that she's one of the dateable options in the sequel. Let me actually look this up. Monster Prom 2.
And while you do that, I'm trying to discern what the fella next to me is.
Oh, so that is That is a couple.
Is it the little thing on the head?
Yeah, she's a little mushroom and he's a yeti.
That's wonderful. I was expecting. Yeah, I thought it was something furry.
So, in Monster Prom 2, you get a few repeat characters, but and a couple new characters that you've never seen before. But on this image, the Oni girl and the main girl from the Coven become dateable characters.
Had a feeling, something about him. And just something.
Let me see. Monster Prom 3 just came out. Let me see if I can find the image of the potential dateable characters from Monster Prom 3.
I'm looking at the swamp thing dude down there. I really like that expression.
He looks chill as hell.
He's so indifferent towards the world around him. And his hair is leaves.
Oh man. Okay, actually it looks like Monster Prom 3 is a survival game actually. So it's kind of it's like a different game completely. But that's pretty great actually. I like that.
Survival game. How? Like,
it's a very similar game, multiple narrative adventure. This time isn't a date, it's surviving a road trip.
Okay. So it's, I would assume there's still like romance options, but it's just in a different context. Okay, that's cool. I like that.
The most helpful review is recommended. God, I want Polly to beat me to death with a lead pipe.
Same.
It's such a shame that you misread Polly.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking creativity because of all the different kinds of drugs and such. I thought she was more like a festival hippie kind of person instead of a boldness kind of person. But oh well, I still have my my asshole necklace, so that's something.
That's true. All right.
I still came out ahead.
Let's read the epilogue.
All right, let's do it.
Go ahead.
Oh, I couldn't remember if I read that already. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives.
You might have read it already, but you know.
After the Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Scott and Polly started attending yoga classes. They were highly underwhelmed by the real thing. Vera realized that she was a character in a video game, which infuriated her. Spent her life making connections and building power because she's not part of the game. She plays the game. So be careful. Maybe now she's the one pulling your strings.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no to that.
I didn't realize that was something you were into. Miranda used her vast knowledge of surf to get a job handpicking the best surfs for other people. Industrial Revolution, unsurprisingly, she ended up leaving her surfs to do the work. For those 3 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then. There are plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start.
And at this point, I'm going to mute the game audio on stream because they actually did like a punk song and it's gotten copyright claimed before.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah. But I love this ending. I love all the pictures of them just hanging out.
God, look at Scott. Sucking down those weenies.
You also get glimpses at some of the other characters that are available in the game, which is great.
I'm trying to keep an eye out for the Kappa dude.
And of course, the player characters have a band called the Player Characters, which honestly is a great name for a band.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like an indie band.
Mm-hmm. There's the Monster Slayer, slaying monsters.
And the Blob Band.
Yep.
I still really want to know what your guy is. What your character was.
I'm not sure.
I just seen somebody in the credits named Orgy Planner. Like that was what they were. It had their name and it said Orgy Planner.
I mean, you gotta have one. You can't have an orgy without somebody around to plan it.
I mean, true. It would probably go down a lot cleaner, but there's something about the spontaneity.
Oh.
Oh, look at that. Ooh, a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, so the gallery is also great. So here's the Vera ending, and you can see all the different prom outfits for the player characters.
Wow, look at that fucking suit, though. That shit's sharp.
That's a six suit. I've also been rejected by Damien, and you've been rejected by Polly. I've also been rejected by Zoe. This is an ending I got for Scott.
That's wonderful. I appreciate the bulge.
This is another ending I got for Scott, where he accidentally became king of the furries.
All right.
that was the last time. That was the time I played for the subathon. We got the Scott King of the Furries ending.
Man, that's wonderful.
We've got all of the Polaroids at the end of the thing, and so, like in this, if you get Vera, you can see all the variations, right?
Yes.
But as you can see, there's a unique postcard for this character and Vera.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I also got a Scott ending, which is cute as hell.
Man, Scott's rap seems so fucking fun.
Yeah.
Always have each other's ears.
Yep.
Man.
And then just a bunch of
Scott.
the credits Polaroids.
Scott might be the GOAT out of all of them.
Scott is the GOAT.
I still want to know what your character is. It's because I saw that there was like in the last Polaroid with Vera, there was like multiple of those little dudes coming out of you.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that maybe it is kind of like a mud monster, because if you look on the bottom of his pants, he does kind of have like mud stains up the bottom.
Yeah. I don't know. I would expect him to be a little bit more like viscous. Like it would look like his arms are like dripping or something like that. I don't know.
I guess. I have no idea.
He kind of reminds me. He kind of reminds me of that guy from that Axe commercial who turned into chocolate. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I do. Weird ass deodorant commercials.
It was a really nice song though. I enjoyed it. Dramatization.
Yeah. So here's a bunch of backdrops and character art. Oh yeah, finally
I
got
like that.
Dimitri art. You can see all of the faces and other costumes that he has. And you
Man,
might ask yourself like, what situations could they get in that could put them in these costumes? Well, I mean, like,
Wow.
you just gotta play the game more, you know.
This is a long ass game, man.
The
Holy shit,
cultists.
what is that? Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, they're minor characters in a few routes. But this
Oh, that's
also
a shame.
this also has the concept art.
Ooh. Oh wow.
Yeah. Do a little blender
So
work.
that.
What do we got here?
Oh god.
Early
Don't
Liam.
remind me.
Early Liam designs. Early Liam designs. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Liam.
About Liam or
Liam is one of my least favorite of the group.
I like that guy. I like his design.
Yeah.
Or fellow student. That's his name is fellow student.
Not a cop.
And Nora.
Huh. And then fan art.
Fan art. Wow, I like that.
Look at this cute guy.
I really want to know what that is though. I can't even read what he's saying up there.
Someone's
it's like
gonna
the text is.
someone's gonna die of fun.
Oh, okay. I couldn't read it. It was like the same color almost. Is that Frankenstein? Who is that?
That's the zombie guy.
Oh, he's a zombie. Okay.
And Damien's about to punch him, but he's holding a flaming wedding ring.
I'm guessing Damien's route is about violence.
Generally, yes.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
30 under 3,000.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. And
It's
then,
nice that they have a fan art section though.
well, not only do they have a fan art section, but they have this monster Sona section where people just submit monsters that they've put together.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, see here you can
Oh,
see someone got themselves dating the Blob character.
is he a blob or is he like a cousin it? Because he looks kind of furry.
I'm pretty sure he's the Blob.
Okay.
But yeah,
I
this
thought his
game
arms were really
is
furry.
this game is top tier. As far as dating sims go, it's just head and shoulders above everything else.
Yeah, I would agree. I really like this game. I enjoyed the nonsensical humor of everything involved, and it's a lot more complex than I originally thought it was going to be.
For sure.
I thought
And
it was going to be goofy.
annoyingly, the Steam achievements are ridiculous.
How so?
So remember how there are like hundreds of events and thousands of outcomes to those events?
Yes.
There's a Steve achievement called Honey, This Isn't Healthy, where you see all the outcomes in the game.
Oh my god. There was like what? Was it like 2,000 or something like that? Or was it more than that?
0.2% of players have gotten that
Like,
event.
how could you even make that happen? There's like RNG parts in this.
Yeah, you just have to keep trying until you get all those. So you essentially have to get every single event 4 times because you have
Fuck
to
that.
be able to choose the first answer when you have the stat that corresponds it higher, and you have to be able to choose the first answer when you have the stat that doesn't correspond it higher, right? And then the same with the second choice.
Man, fuck that.
It's one of those games that is like one of my favorite games ever, and I have to admit that I'm never, ever, ever going to satisfy my completionist urges on this one.
Yeah, I don't blame you, because that shit's ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I really like Coach's head, though.
Boar, welcome, hello. How's it going?
Hello,
How's it
Boar.
going?
So, is this the second game? Because it says second term.
So this is the first game. The DLC is called Second Term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, there's a reset progress button down there.
Yeah, don't look at that. We don't touch that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, especially for that achievement where you have to see every outcome. For them to just include a reset progress button is brave.
Evil.
Very brave.
Evil.
It is evil.
But the sequel is called Monster Camp. Like Monster Summer Camp.
Yes.
So
I mean, that kind of makes even less sense than the Monster Prom, considering they're all like 21. But I mean, I guess people that age can go to summer camp. I'm not judging.
listen, there's a 400-year-old still in high school, presumably because it's the place where being a hipster matters the most.
That sounds like some hipster shit.
Yep. Doing fine in queue for TFT. Oh, nice. We going for a second round?
Oh, that's absurd.
I don't think we have time for a second round, even if we chose the short version. I mean, we could.
What's the short version?
It's like half as long, but it took us like an hour and a half to finish that one. So I'm thinking you're probably super tired because this is time change week.
Yeah. It's like 3:30 right now.
Okay. Well, why don't we find someone to raid out to, and we'll call it here. I'm glad that I got to expose you to my favorite dating sim ever.
Hey, it's no problem, man. I really enjoyed myself, and I hope in the future we can get to the other games as well, or do more routes of this, because I am eager to get at least one person to say yes.
I think that you have to get pretty lucky to nail it your first time. Which, I mean, nothing ingratiates me to a game more than dying on my first attempt.
Man, if I had a nipple every time I heard that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a fun game, man. I like it. I like the characters in it. I mean, they are kind of like out there, but it ties in really well.
Yeah.
With the rest of the humor of the game. I like it a lot, actually.
For sure. I do feel like, you know what's weird about this game though? I do feel like it is kind of a time capsule of the mid 2000s, because I feel I feel like the cliques that they make fun of in this game don't particularly exist anymore.
Yeah, I mean, some of the humor they were using definitely is referencing some older stuff. They were talking about like Kickstarter scams and fucking like hipster culture being a thing, and what else did they talk about? Like, shit.
My
Can't even remember
headcanon
now.
is someone in Monster World saw Human High School. They were like, oh, this seems like a good contest, and thus all monsters of adult ages compete in high school as a sport in of itself, with going to prom with someone being the goal. That makes perfect sense to me. It's just
Interesting
a interpretation of high school.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. Of course, like, well, you know, it's a dating sim, so everybody's got to be of age.
Hmm.
So you kind of got to let it go by with that. But they up it a little bit and like point out that it's like they're like 21 in high school, and
Yeah.
I kind of like that. It's just goofy and wonderful, and I really like a lot of the little in between bits as well, because they encourage absurdism.
Absolutely. It's just a great game.
It is. I'd heard of it before, but I'm glad to have actually like played through it.
Mhm. I think even though it's kind of like all the high school tropes, it still works because those tropes are still kind of present in the culture, right? Like if you went to a high school, there probably wouldn't be cliques, but there would still be people that act in these particular ways that just kind of like they hang out with each other. And so I kind of like the fact that this game is like, yeah, we've got like a computer and a business girl and a sports guy, and they're all friends. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I feel like that would be more, well, a little more realistic than like the usual tropes of like, you know, strict lines of division between interests. Because when I went to high school, I didn't really see too many cliques, to be honest with you.
oh really? I went to a huge high school, and there were cliques all over the place.
Well, like, define clique, like, just so I make sure I have my definition clear here.
So it's usually based on interest or particular like activity. Like marching band was a clique, right? And you could belong to multiple cliques, but there were definitely cliques that didn't have a lot of overlap. And I don't
Yeah.
think there were ever any like clique wars or anything like that. Like the jocks and the nerds never really like actually hated each other. But there was definitely like, you know, if you were in the AP classes and marching band and whatever, you usually didn't talk to or hang out with the cheerleaders or the people on the football team.
Well, yeah, that's one thing I feel like there was like a little bit of division on, but I think that's understandable. Like all the sports teams would kind of hang out with each other, but being on a sports team together, you kind of do that anyway. But like, aside from like, outside of that, I don't really think there was too many cliques at my school, and I don't know if there was actual like clique wars, so to say. Like, I don't think it ever really came out as like, there's like, oh, the Crips or the goth people or like anybody like that. It was, well, I don't even know if I should say that on stream, but it's kind of how it was. It was more along like ethnicity lines.
No, I get that, especially I think there was a big boom of Asian and Indian families moving to the States in the 90s. And so then those kids kind of came of age in the mid 2000s. So you had, I would probably say it started with like the parents looking for people who shared their culture, right? But you definitely had the kids kind of following those cultural lines as well. It's probably way different now, but in the early 2000s, there were definitely still lines by race and ethnicity, for sure.
Yeah, and I would even say that like my particular high school was it wasn't exempt from that, but it kind of, I would say people melded together a little bit better because like I had friends from like all over the place, all different like ethnicities and backgrounds, just because like I went to a high school in the ghetto, and you know when everybody's broke, everybody just kind of gets along together, right? So
Yep.
I think that's one thing that actually kind of helped.
God, like things you wish could just become like common knowledge in society, right? Your financial class is more important than your race in terms of solidarity with your fellow humans.
Yeah, it's really weird how like poverty kind of brings people together in like a strange roundabout way, because like my school in particular was majority African American, right? And I think there was like, that was the majority, and then you have like, I think it was Latino was the second highest concentration, and then you had like different sub variations of like the Asian continent and subcontinents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you had like a small group of Caucasian people as well thrown in the mix there. So all in all, it was a pretty diverse high school. And when, like I said, when everybody's poor, everybody just kind of gets along.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a weird thing, and I feel like this like little thing right here kind of reminded me of that a little bit, because you know there were instances where people of different backgrounds were hanging out together, and even of different interests. And I was like, you know, that's a little bit more realistic than real life, or not in real life, but like in trope world.
Yeah. I do like what Saitiel is saying though. It's like all like relatable satire, right?
Yeah, definitely.
There's a principle of animation, video games and animated movies and that sort of thing, where you should go for style as opposed to realism, right?
Yes.
Because realism will be dated when the next more realistic thing comes out, but style is forever, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that is kind of where Monster Prom sits as well on a humor level. Like they could have gone for like the most up-to-date and realistic or like relevant humor. Like you can think of irrelevance as a similar humor analog to realisticness in animation. But instead of going for that, they chose to satire a particular genre, right? And that genre will always exist, even if just historically, and thus the satire of that genre will also always be relevant.
Yeah, because, you know, a lot of the humor in this isn't really held back by a certain, like, by a certain theme. They kind of made their own theme with the humor, because, like, a lot of the reference in this are like the people who wrote the game like doctored it to be their own brand of absurdity instead of like a particular time period's brand of absurdity.
Legit.
And I think that helps out a lot for making it timeless.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Borderlands does that too, but it was much more obnoxious and I don't like it as much. True. This is another conversation that I've had with someone. Like, you can do something technically correct but still not do it well, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that the people who wrote Monster Prom are funnier than the people who wrote Borderlands. They both attempted the same thing. One just did it better. And maybe for some people the style of Borderlands humor is funnier to them. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Borderlands.
I have played the first and second, and I only like the first one. So, eh.
Eh.
Yeah, I would definitely say Monster Party hits the nail on the head a little bit more. I agree with what Satio says. Borderlands is a little bit more heavy-handed when it tries to do absurdism, and you gotta strike a good balance.
Mm-hmm. Monster Prom is definitely its own thingy. Borderlands goes for so much more of that referential point and look at the meme kind of thing.
Yeah.
like Leo DiCaprio pointing at the TV screen.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like I watched a video recently talking about quote-unquote millennial writing, and one theme I kind of picked up on like new age kind of writing is that the writers kind of expect you to be in on the joke already. Like they don't take the time to go through the process of like laying out the joke. They just kind of tell you the punchline and expect you to get it right away. Borderlands is kind of like that a little bit.
Marvel style humor.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate that shit. Anyway, we should find someone to raid. It is my usual Sunday, so we raid someone that we've never raided before. And
I have.
If you have a suggestion.
Well, I have 2 people live right now.
Okay.
To raid this one person. He runs a really good stream. He's a really smart person. He's very funny, very handsome. His name's Isaac Anzu. You should give him a raid.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have him blacklisted. So you're gonna have to choose someone else.
I'm gonna have to pull off my white glove and slap you across the face for insulting my friends like that.
You got another rating person? I don't see anyone else. I don't see anyone else playing Monster Prom. I guess I could search by game tag, right?
Yeah, you could. I think that's what Satya does. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There are 2. We're number 1.
Hey, number 1 Monster Prom streaming on Twitch right now.
Number 1 Monster Prom streamer in the world.
Yeah, you should screenshot that and like print it out and put it on your fridge.
But really, do you have any recommendations?
I do not. The only other person I have live I spoke to once and never have spoken to again. So, I mean, if you're down with that,
it's okay. If it's not someone that you're comfortable with, then yeah, we don't have to do that. Let's see. And I have tons of people that I have just followed because we talk on Twitch, right?
Yes.
Or Twitter or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Here's a question. Have I ever rated this person? It's got to have been a crazy long while, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised there's like not as many people streaming tonight. I mean, it is kind of late, depending on time zone, but it's Saturday night, for God's sake.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if maybe there's some sort of like sport event happening.
Well, and I didn't even know this until just yesterday. Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. People probably are getting hammered tonight.
Oh, true. Okay.
People who couldn't go out on Friday or something.
I don't think I've ever rated this person, so we're going to give it a shot.
Hey.
Let's just make sure they're live. Oh my God, they've been live for 4 hours. That's dangerous, but we're gonna do it.
Hey, I like it. You gotta just commit to it. You gotta be big dog, big nuts.
Oh yeah, there's basketball happening. I always forget that shit.
Yeah, I forgot about it, dude. I forgot that fucking St. Patrick's Day was yesterday, man. I didn't hear nothing about it
I know.
until day of.
Somebody was like, wouldn't St. Patrick's Day be big in Germany? They love drinking. And I'm like, but Ireland's right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Germans aren't Irish. Nobody pinched me, no.
All right, let's get this Chimera raid message going. And we're going to be raiding Layshroom, friend of the channel. Hopefully she's not about to die or about to end the stream. But she's playing Stardew Valley, so well, how can you go wrong? Anyway,
It's true.
my name is Isaac Anzu.
Could
This is the Zarkon. Thank you for
be.
watching.
Hey. Peace out, y'all. Twisms.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Let me actually do the thing. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.